Now, for the most part, both Global Poker and Bovada Poker are solid poker sites and apps. However, the main difference between them is the fact that Global Poker is a sweepstakes poker site. And basically what that means is that when you play in Global Poker, you buy virtual coins you can use to buy into tournaments or cash games. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I definitely think this has some people confused. Then on the flip side, Bovada Poker is an offshore poker site that allows you to play real money games, all of which play great whether you're on your phone, a desktop, or laptop. And since I've played on both, my honest opinion is that Bovada Poker is the better option. You know, the software is better, multi-tabling is easier, and they have tournaments that range in the millions of dollars in payouts. And instead of just talking about them, I thought I'd pull up a recent session I played where I destroyed the competition. Of course, if you'd like to learn more about Bovada, grab a bonus for playing here or get on our poker newsletter where we send out 1 email a week on updates. We'll have some links below in the description. For now, let's get into some of these hands. Also, feel free to comment below about any of these hands, but this was actually like the perfect scenario too with the turn and river card because we're going to get called down, shoving all in here on the river. And it was just like the perfect storm for somebody to call us to with the cards that they had. So hope you're ready for it. Buckle in, get ready, because it's pretty ridiculous. And I think it's about a 2% chance to flop quads if you have a pocket pair. But without a pocket pair, like I said, it's 0.001%. But miracles do happen, right? All right, so we got a couple of hands here first, just playing, relatively, not really loose. I was playing pretty tight. I'd say for the last few days, I've been playing a little bit tighter than normal. Don't ask me why, but I just mix my game up depending on the people at the table, how they're playing, and I kind of adjust that way. Been seeing a lot of loose players in these sessions lately. Okay, so we did actually flop the queen here. What's interesting, though, is I'm going to get away from this hand, and it was actually a good fold by me, but it was close. This was actually really close. All right, so turn card was a 6. You've got some spade straight draws that are probably trying to get there still. Making the call here, I think the river card was a blank. It was a deuce. Now, this was tricky. Check this out. Now, I checked this back pretty quick because, I'm okay with it just based on the fact that I think somebody might have a 10, like a jack 10 or a king 10. This guy decided, you know what, I need to bet at it. And I just had a bad feeling here, especially with one caller. It felt like somebody had the 10 here. I mean, why would you bet this? With two other players, if you didn't have a 10, you'd probably just check this down, even if you had the queen like me. So I ended up folding it. It was the right fold, and I got to say, it was a good fold by me. But it wasn't easy. I did want to make the call. It was close. Player 3 even thought about it here, but he does make the call. Okay, and I believe the guy to the left had king 10. So, good fold by us. Okay, on to the next one. All right, so here we go. Big blind hand. Now, the first guy to act limped, which was a big mistake. Honestly, if there were any raises in front of me with this hand, I'm just mucking it. It's not suited. If it was suited, I'd make a call, but I'm just mucking this. Yeah, guys, here we go. So this is the 0.001% chance of happening, and it did happen. And like I said, I had to look at the screen because I was like, wait a second, what? Like, for real? All right, so I just made the call here. Turn card was a 9. Now, I'm just praying this guy has something, right? Like, he limped into the hand, so maybe he's got a mid-pocket pair. Like 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, maybe. Or maybe he's got a hand like king 9, ace 9, hoping for something like that. River card was a 4, which was good. And, looking at this board, I just felt like I'm gonna make a play here. So that's exactly what I did. Especially with him betting into this was super weird. I just came over the top. I was hoping he was slow playing a monster, which he shouldn't have done to begin with. And I had to think too, I was like, all right, I guess I'm just going to come over the top on you. And he is going to make the call. I don't think he really hesitated at all. He probably thought maybe I had a 9 here. That's probably what he was thinking. I mean, but he also should have realized that I was in the big blind, with basically anything. I could have 3 deuce. So he called with, I want to say, had pocket jacks. Yeah, had pocket jacks. That was the perfect storm to get called because, like I said, in that spot, he's probably going to fold if he's got a 9, I would think. But the fact that he had that, I mean, just absolutely crazy. And, I don't say this very often, but if you guys could tap the like button for me flopping quads without a pocket pair, I would actually appreciate it because I'm still patting myself on the back for that. I thought that was pretty ridiculous. Okay, this hand we had pocket 10s. Not exactly an ideal board, really just looking to spike a 10 on the turn or a river, whichever happens. Not going to get greedy. But this isn't exactly a spot where I'm going to fold pocket 10s either. Even with a king out there. Got some hard draws. Got a lot of bluffs here. Okay, small bet, making the call. Turn card was a 3, didn't really change a whole lot. We didn't get our 10. We're still losing to really any king here. But he checked it. So the check back was actually interesting. I was actually okay with checking this down, and thank God I did because this guy actually had a monster. Now, he doesn't have the king, and I knew he didn't have the king. I knew he didn't have the 4. So I was trying to figure out, like, what do you have, right? Do you have just an ace, but why are you betting here? It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But there was no way I was going to fold just based on how this hand played out, so I am going to make a call here. Honestly, I wish this guy would have just checked it down, but he got greedy with it. He had pocket queens. He had me nailed right there. I got to give him props for that play. I thought it was good. Next hand we had an 8-7. We actually got another good hand coming up here where we flopped a monster as well. So I hope you guys are still sticking around because we are not done yet. All right, so we got some backdoor flushes, some miracle, runner straight cards. And actually, we did get one of those miracle cards. We need a 5 now. The flush draw is dead, but still some miracles here. Okay, so that was a pretty loose call by me, but you got to understand, we've got basically an up and down. If we hit a 9 or a 5 here, we're golden, but unfortunately, we miss, we brick. And instead of me bluffing at it, I just decided to take the L on it. Sometimes it's better not to bluff, especially if you think someone's not going to fold. Sometimes you just got to take the L, and that's exactly what I did here. I just wasn't going to get crazy. Just wasn't happening. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Now, this hand was spicy. I think we probably got close to the max value on this hand. I thought it was pretty ridiculous. Okay, so with an 8-9 suited, you're definitely going to want to see a flop, and it was one of those dream flops. I mean, we're talking dream flops here. I mean, doesn't get any better. Look at that. So not only did we flop the nuts straight, but we've got a straight flush draw to go with this. I mean, what else can you say? This is just amazing. Now, instead of re-raising, I decided just to call because I wanted to see if the guy to my left would also make the call so, we could, squeeze more out of here. There are some flush draws here, obviously, but the likelihood of somebody being on a flush draw, a lot less likely because I've got 2 of the diamonds in this hand, so, I put that in consideration. We did hit the flush. That wasn't exactly the card I wanted to see at all. Really anything that wasn't going to pair the board would have been good, or a diamond, but the board paired. We still have a flush. I just don't, I felt like I was ahead, so I didn't get crazy with the bet. I just squeezed out what I could here. Kind of playing it safe. Plus, I figured if this guy's got me beat, he's going to come over the top. But if he's, not sure, he might make a call here with a pair. Okay, anyways, he made the call, and we took down a pretty big pot. It wasn't, like, super massive, but, I think we probably got the max value out of that. The turn card and river card weren't exactly good for that hand, unfortunately. But, sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles, and it crumbled that way. All right, so that's basically going to wrap up the hands that I was looking to go over here. But, yeah, I mean, flopping quads without a pocket pair, I mean, like I said, looked at the screen 2 times, 3 times to make sure we had that 3, and I was like, wow. All right, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching it. We'll see you all in the next poker video.